Bill Burton, campaign spokesperson for Obama, went and talked to anchor Megyn Kelly on Fox News. She was not happy about his talking point. Let's have some fun. Here's the first clip.
Well, late today, the Obama camp released a statement on the flap slamming not those who released the tape, but Fox News, saying, quote, "This is a fake news controversy drummed up by the all-too-common alliance of Fox News, The Drudge Report, and John McCain, who apparently decided to close out his campaign with the same false, desperate attacks that had failed for months." Bill Burton is the man who released that statement, and he's with us now in Chicago. Hi, Bill.
Hi, Megan. Hope you had a nice weekend.
I did, thank you. Although I'll tell you what, I come back here on Monday, and there you are again slamming Fox News Channel. You could blame the people who released the tape. You could blame the folks who posted the tape. You could blame your candidate for making the statements. Instead, you've chosen to blame us.
That's right. We have. You know why? By the way, they're referring to a statement that Obama made back in 2001, and they're, of course, mangling it beyond recognition. The reason that they blame Fox News, and I love that they did, and I love that they're going on the attack against Fox News, is because, look, these tapes of McCain and Obama saying whatever the hell they said can be twisted out of proportion and out of context, and there's hundreds of them. The trick isn't finding a quote-unquote tape. It's like when Rush used to say, "Oh, I have a fax. I have a fax." Yeah, your assistant faxed you something, and then you read it and pretended it was real, right? Anyway, the reason Fox is so important here is because they're the ones that promote it. They're like, "Oh, we got this tape. Look at how damaging it is to Obama. Look at this." And Bill Burton is going to come back in the next clip and explain, "Hey, listen, you got all this stuff on McCain, too. How come you guys never wind up talking about that?" It's almost as if you have an agenda. You go get him, Bill. Go get him.
And if getting a tax cut to 95% of Americans is socialist, I just don't think that the American people agree with that. And so this notion that somehow Fox News has been fair on these points, it just does not hold up to the reality of the sort of coverage that it's been getting. And I think that this morning, and the reason I put out that statement, is because it is rarely so crystal clear when Fox News in and of itself is driving its own specific agenda, helping John McCain, frankly, more than John McCain sometimes helps himself.
Both your candidate and John McCain seem to think that Joe the plumber and his exchange with Barack Obama was relevant and newsworthy, and that was about spreading the wealth around.
Right,
These
and I think that the misreading of that
also raised the issue of redistribution of wealth.
That is
you can try to talk over me, but I'm not going to stop.
I think what you're actually doing is talking over me, because I was making a point here.
No, I was making my point, Bill.
We have a very specific economic policy that we think will help the middle class, as opposed to John McCain, who wants to help others.
Let me make my point, then you can make yours.
Go ahead. You've made your political speeches. Make another one.
Listen,
go to town.
As you know, I don't appreciate the sarcasm. You can save that for your friends over on the other channels. We don't put up with that here. I have emails from Republicans, Democrats, and independents alike who are concerned about that notion, who understand that right now in this country, the top 25% already pay 67% of the income taxes, and they're worried about shifting that balance even more. Go ahead.
Okay, Megan. We have tried these policies for the last 8 years, where you give tax cuts to the corporations, you give tax cuts to the wealthiest Americans. It's not working. That wealth is not trickling down. What we think we need to do is help the middle class, get a tax cuts to the hardworking men and women of this country so they can help to deal with higher energy prices, higher health care costs, the fact that people are worried about losing their homes in this mortgage mess. And that's what Barack Obama is focused on. And I don't think that the fact that John McCain has made similar comments about the fact that he couldn't stomach George Bush's tax cuts in 2001. Nobody is accusing him of being socialist then, because he said that there was an unfair amount of benefit given to the wealthy. Nobody said that he was socialist. I don't hear you talking about that. But Barack Obama, in an interview 7 years ago, when he's making a point that has nothing to do with the one that you're making, I think all of a sudden becomes banner news on the Fox News channel. And you know what? I understand. You've got an agenda here. We just think that people ought to know
our agenda
that
is
we
to
very
report the news
specifically
fair
have
and
a plan
balanced,
to
Bill.
help the
I
middle class
understand you
and
don't
grow
like
the
it,
entire
and sometimes
economy.
your candidate has complained
Okay, go
about
ahead.
it. But that's what we're going to do. You may have the rest of the media in the tank, but Fox News reports it straight, fair and balanced, as always. Bill Burton, thanks so much for being here.
All right, Megan.
Oh, I love that exchange, man. That's it. We need somebody to fight back. So many times Democrats go over there on Fox News and they roll over and they're apologizing left and right. Oh, I didn't mean to call you unfair. Oh. Now here's Bill Burton. He's like, look, this is your agenda. It's obvious. And the minute he said, hey, John McCain opposed those tax cuts of George Bush's in 2001, so does that make him a socialist? It's a great point. What did she do? Did you notice? She's like, all right then. And then she started to talk. Because she's like, oh, wait a minute, that's not part of our agenda. We're not here to talk about John McCain and his problems. We're here to focus on your problems. You see, it's an old trick that Fox News has been doing for so long, where they take something and they blow it out of proportion and they go, well, it's true, and half the time it's not even true. They say it's a relevant news story. What could we do? We had to talk about the problems of the Democrats 95% of the time, and then we mentioned the problems of the Democrats 5% of the time. We're even, right? Fair and balanced. And here is the Obama campaign saying, no, we're not even. That is not fair and balanced. You have an agenda, and I'm willing to come on your station and tell you to your face. And did you see how she recoiled, man? She hated that. She's like, no, we're fair and balanced. Now you shut up. You be quiet. You be quiet, okay? It's my turn to talk. I'm going to be fair and balanced, and then I'm going to let you talk. Bill Burton, man, go get him. I love that.